Parked right here at 666 on your FM radio tuning apparatus. The Bone Metal Zone. Oh, you gonna burn, Squiggy. You gonna burn. Metal Zone.
107.7 The Bone. That is Black Sabbath with Mob Rules in the Metal Zone. Before that, Megadeth, Hangar 18, and Kiss, God of Thunder. Kiss, Buck Cherry at the Oakland Arena on November 22nd. Those tickets are on sale now, and I think they're at Ticketmaster.com. It's starting to get really confusing in the Bay Area with so many ticket agencies for where everybody's tickets are. But one show I am absolutely sure of is Metallica and Machine Head, and that is at the HP Pavilion on December 12th. The tickets are on sale now at apeconcerts.com. And in the studio with me is Robb Flynn from Machine Head. And you've toured with 2 out of the last 3 bands that I just played. Heaven and Hell and Megadeth.
And Black Sabbath. Yeah. And Black Sabbath.
And Black Sabbath, Ozfest.
And Ozfest,
right.
Yeah.
So that's 3 out of the last 3 bands, sort of.
Yeah.
In a weird sort of way.
Except Kiss.
Except Kiss.
Yeah.
Not played with Kiss. For those of you who may have missed it earlier,
If it's up
we are
to
with
me,
the half of Machine Head that does not like Kiss.
firmly on the side of the We Hate Kiss club.
So what was it like? Because like the last... You did a tour with Megadeth and Heaven and Hell, and that was at San Jose, and that I thought that was kind of sick to see you guys on a huge stage like that, because we don't always get to see that here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, that was one of the, probably the best, if not one of the best shows on the whole tour. You know, a lot of our fans were there for us, and you know they got there early, so it was a big deal for us. That was the first time we played there. The rest of that tour was kind of weird, man. I mean, like a lot of older people. Just there was so many older people out there. They just didn't get us. You know, like here we are opening 100 miles an hour at thrash and brutal, and you know they're expecting boom, boom. You know, it's just like there was definitely a lot of nights where a lot of old dudes were just staring at us. So, but it was. I mean, for us, it was. You know, it's the type of thing where that half an hour doesn't matter. You know, they treated us killer. I mean, we got every single thing on. You know, if we wanted 17 blueberries on the rider, they gave it to us. You know, Ronnie James Dio was super
Coolest
cool.
man in metal, right?
Totally cool. Came in and you know he'd just give us bottles of wine and come in and like the Spurs. It was basketball season when we were touring, and he's super knowledgeable about all the sports going on at any time. Come in all the time. Like, you know, McLean, our drummer, big Spurs fan. He's just like, oh, your Spurs are sucking. They just got their asses beat. And, you know, like, it was just like, dude, Ronnie James Dio just dissed you. He just dissed you, man. Like, what's up with that? Like, it was cool. It was very cool to be a part of that. He was very social. Tony and Geezer, you know, definitely a little more not unsocial. Like, if you saw him, they'd talk to you. But, you know, for me, it was like, I mean, Tony Iommi's, that was my guy. That's why I started playing guitar. First riff I ever learned was Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath. You know, I'd walk out the dressing room, and he'd walk out the dressing room at the same time, and I'd just look over to my right and be like, oh, hey, Tony Iommi, how's it going? Oh, great. And I'm just like, it was like a different planet there for a minute. I couldn't really ever, like, I'd get up to the point where, you know, I never get starstruck. I mean, I never, ever get starstruck. And, like, I'd go up to talk to him and be like, hey, man, what's up? And then blank.
Nothing.
Just like, what, you know. He just sat there. We had one good conversation, though, where he was talking to me. And I was watching. They were sound checking, and I was standing on the side of the stage just watching them. And I was talking to his tech for a little bit, and he came over and he's like, "Oh, hey, check it out," and blah 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 blah, and like, "Hey, check out my new guitars." And he sits there and just took me over to his guitar coffin and just showed me all of his new guitars that he just got. And I was sitting there like, I'm just talking to him, but I'm flashing back to being 13 years old and staring at the inside of the Paranoid record, going, "This is the sickest band I've ever seen in my life. This is the heaviest music ever." You know, it was one of those incredible moments. And you know, I still appreciate those things. You know, I go out there and it's like, you know, I'm a fan at first. You know, everything that, you know, those memories. You know, touring with Metallica, touring, you know, with Heaven and Hell or Black Sabbath. You know, getting to meet Ozzy or Tony Iommi. Like, it's still a thrill for me because those were my idols. That was why I do this. So for me, it's killer, and I get enjoyment out of that. Dude staring at you, whatever. I just rapped with Tony Iommi backstage. He showed me his guitar. So
who cares if his fans don't like my music?
Yeah. I mean, we had our fans, and we won people over. You know what I mean? But it's like they're kind of like, all right, I'll check these guys out.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, night after night after night, you're hanging out with like rock legends on like this whole Blackening cycle. You guys have done some really amazing touring. No headline sets, though, really, right?
We did the one headline set with Arch Enemy. We did that one, and
at the Warfield.
The thing is, it's like we, for the last 10 years, have done nothing but headline. That's all we've done. No one wanted to take us out. No one wanted to take us out on tour. And with this record, it's like every band on the planet has wanted to take, and it's just every tour has just grown and grown. And first was Lamb of God, then it was Megadeth and Heaven and Hell, then it was X, and next it was Metallica, and then now it's Megadeth. We're going out with Megadeth here in a minute for a week now. So, I mean, for us, it's this whole cycle and just our whole mindset has been like, look, we've headlined enough times, we've got our fan base. Let's try and reach out past that. There's more people out there, and there's more people who might not ever be exposed to us. And let's go play to those fans. Whether
has it been kind of a relief, almost like that Machine Head doesn't have to carry a tour? I mean, because you've got these amazing bands that you're on tour with, kind of carrying you for once.
And it's killer. I mean, and it's awesome just to see how other people do stuff, and it's you meet people who are lame, and you meet people who are cool, and you go, yeah, well, I guess I don't want to be like that, or I don't want to hire a guy like that, or man, that's the way to do it. That's killer. So. It's been awesome, man, and the record has done amazing because of it. So we're stoked with it, man. I mean, it's been so long that we probably won't headline on this record, here in America.
You're not going to do the 57th leg of the Blackening tour?
We're not going to do that. I mean, we're coming up on we're at 2.5 years right now. When it's all said and done, it'll be 3 years of touring behind this record, which is
that's the kind of thing that somebody like Metallica does or Green Day does, because they've got an album that's got that kind of legs.
Yeah, I mean, it's the longest tour cycle we've ever done, and probably will ever do. And we're proud of that. I mean, we've been working our butts off. I mean, we're 15 years into it, and we're still putting this kind of work in because this is our life, man. This is our passion, and this is what we do. So, we're stoked to do it. It's got to wrap up sometime here, we're itching to start writing. I mean, we just started writing a couple weeks ago, and like I've got that bug where I want to sit down and just start writing, and it was, the thing that was cool about going in and writing was, it was kind of like, all right, we're moving on from the Blackening. It wasn't, I mean, we didn't write the most amazing song on the planet. It was nothing earth shattering. We were all just throwing our riffs in, and kind of messing around with them. But it was like, we're moving on from the Blackening. This feels good. Now I'm stoked about this, and we're going to do a couple little tours here and there, and then sit down and fully focus on that. And I'm stoked about it.
I'm going to ask you more about that in a minute, but I have to play some more stuff here really quick. So you've heard it. Rob said that you're pretty much your last chance to see Machine Head for a long time is going to be this show with Metallica.
What a way to end it, man.
Yeah, right?
Our hometown.
We're done touring. What are you going to do? Yeah. We're going to go home and play an arena show with Metallica. That's going to be kind of awesome. December 12th, HP Pavilion. Tickets on sale now at apeconcerts.com. Priest, some old Machine Head, and some Maiden are on the way. It's 107.7 The Bone. It's the Metal Zone.
The Bone Metal Zone.